Giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Raka'akwadash, the warners to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and the sincere shalom to the Akim that's out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. This is going to be a really quick video on the powers that be, or so-called, as people call them. You know, the powers that be. All right. So for these so-called people, this group of people, that are known as the powers that be, for them to be even named that, the powers that be, or to be labeled that, the powers that be, right? Uh, you know, that group of people sure is afraid, for people, that rule the world, rule society, and make the laws and stuff like that. They sure are afraid, you know. When you speak up against them about something like this, when you speak up against them about something, dealing with your true heritage, and your so-called exposing them, if they have so much confidence in themselves in ruling the world, right? If they have so much confidence in themselves in ruling the world, why do they have to put labels on certain things as to being called anti or verse or you're against a group, you're against them, because you speak up against them? If they had so much confidence in themselves and in their powers of ruling the world, they wouldn't need, they wouldn't need to do that. You got to remember, man, they're going up against the people that can't even that can't that we don't even have control over our women. So what are you afraid of? That's my question. What are you afraid of? See, I know the answer to that. But my question to y'all is, for you small headed cheap suits out there and the people that run media, you know who I'm talking about, man. You know who I'm talking about, right? We can't even say your I guess fake organization, right, or your fake identity in videos because you're afraid. So all you're going to do is take it down. Medical misinformation or some other misinformation, right? In which I'm really going towards the other anti-sim information, right? For people that rule the world, you sure are cowardly. Just throwing it out there, man. For people that run the world, for people that don't even, you own the gold, you own everything, man. You have literally everything. You sure are cowardly. You are very cowardly. Let's go on. You're afraid of a people that don't have power at all. You control the media, right? You can push whatever you want out there in the media, and to show how cowardly you are. You go is to fuck, because obviously, the more this Israelite stuff comes out, obviously they're gonna, obviously they're going to push out more bullshit like how what they pushed out the Woman King and stuff like that. But even that shit is flopping. You have a few supporters, but how many supporters of that are right now, man? When it comes to shit like the Woman King, right? When it comes to the feminist movement, when it comes to the transformer movement and stuff like that, all of that stuff is flopping, man. All of that stuff is flopping. All of a sudden, we're starting to figure out that we're more than just fucking niggas, just shooting balls and hoops and stuff like that, or throwing and knocking each other's brains out or putting each other in concussions like those you know boneheaded gladiators and shit, man. You know, we're more than you when you see that. We're more than that, man. We're more than that, right? You got every Jake out here. You got every so-called black man out here believing, and this ain't just a black and white thing. This is black, Latino, and Native American thing, man. So you got every Jake out here thinking that in order to make it, you gotta play a sport. Every 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 Jake out here wants to be the next rapper or the next NFL player or the next NBA player and stuff like that. Every Jake out here wants to be that, man, because they don't believe that they're anything without that. But then when they figure out that, oh shit, I'm born royalty. I don't need to play a sport. I don't need to rap. I don't need to do none of this stuff. I'm born this way. I'm born this way. I'm automatically born with a form of spiritual power. When Jake figures that out and they come out with it, if you're in that industry and you bring that out, yeah, they're going to have a problem with that. That's why it's best for a lot of celebrities, keep quiet. Let the professionals handle the job, man. We are the professionals, right? We are the professionals. We didn't sign no contracts. We ain't gotta worry about losing 30, $100 million. You know, we ain't gotta worry about losing all that fucking money. We don't gotta worry about losing that shit, man. Right? We're professionals, and you gotta let a professional do a professional's job. But where I'm going at, not really going into that direction. I'm just going into how cowardly, the people that run the world really are. Right? So for people that run the world, you're unbelievably cowardly, man. Okay? This is book of Joel chapter 3. This is the book of Joel chapter 3 verse 5. It says, because ye have taken my silver and my gold and have carried into your temples my goodly pleasant things. All right. The children also of Judah and the children of Jerusalem have ye sold unto the Grecians, that ye might remove them far from their border. Behold, I will raise them out of the place whither ye have sold them, and will return your recompense upon your own head. And I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah, and they shall sell them to the Sabians, to a people far off, for the Lord YAHAWAH BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI have spoken it. So you so-called powers that be out there, man, you understand why you're so cowardly. You understand why you are this way. You understand why you got to push out injections and jump shots on our people, or the GMO foods and stuff like that. You're trying to take that spirituality away. The elect is not going to be touched with that, right? 2/3 of our people are going to have to die right along with y'all any damn way, right? So you're in a lose-lose situation. While the elect and Israelites, even though Israelites are going to be, the 2/3 of Israelites are going to be destroyed with the thermonuclear destruction, it's still a win situation for them anyway, man. They just gotta be punished, right? And they're going to be punished, and they're going to be ashamed. At the same time, while they're going to be ashamed, it's not going to be like a depressing shame. It's going to be, well, you could say it is, but it's going to be like a damn, man. I really messed up, but I'm just really glad I'm good now, because all Israelites are going to be good, man. All Israelites are going to be good, right? It's going to be you Edomites and you other nations out there that are going to feel it. No matter what Christianity says, no matter what hell other Jake say, you're all going to feel it, man. Y'all all going to get it, right? Esau, right? And all the other nations, man, y'all in a lose situation. Y'all in a lose-lose situation, man, while the elect is in a win-win situation, man. Either way. It don't matter if you kill us all or claim to kill us all. The Lord is the one that takes us, man. You can come and take us to concentration camps or FEMA camps or whatever you want to do, man. Right? You could persecute us. You could defame us on the internet. Whatever, man. The Lord is the one that gave y'all the power of the internet. Right? And guess what? He's getting ready to take it away. Right? If you got to think about it, man. If the powers that be, the so-called powers that be, right? Because I call them that because even our people are so goddamn cowardly to say who they are. All right. So for content's sake, I guess, for the so-called powers that be, the rulers of darkness, the people that rule this world, right? If they could somehow keep this world running the way they had it before, but just even more now with all the technology they got, because remember, this internet was designed to dumb us down, but eventually they're going to shut that down, right? Eventually they're going to shut all that down, especially, you can see it happening because now there's just way too much information coming out, right? You know they didn't expect that, right? You know they didn't expect that. So now they got it. So now they came up with a plan. Well, let's shut it down because now there's way too much information being brought out there. You're not going to see our videos. You're not going to see none of this stuff. You know, you're not going to see us out there on the highways and stuff like that, right? All these rights they gave us, they want to take it all away. Why? Because the Lord got them in the trick bag. It's like, nah, man. Nah, I ain't had that plan, you know, right? So the internet is going to shut down because the Lord is going to shut it down. Because the Lord is going to put the spirit on Esau to shut the internet down, man. Right? So this is straight prophecy, man. This is for the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI have spoken it. All right. I will sell your sons and your daughters into the hand of the children of Judah. Israelites, man. That's what it is. Let's get another scripture. See, this is what you're afraid of. You know? This is what you Edomites are afraid of, right? Obadiah Obadiah verse 17. All right, it says, "But upon Mount Zion shall be deliverance, and there shall be holiness, and the house of Jacob shall possess their possessions. And the house of Jacob shall be a fire, and the house of Joseph a flame, and the house of Esau for a stubble, and they shall kindle in them and devour them, and there shall not be any remaining of the house of Esau, for once again, the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI have spoken it. Once again. All right, for the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI have spoken it. We tell you all the time that these are not our words. We tell you Christians that these are not our words. Yet, you Christians sit up there, well, I believe this and I believe that. You idiots. You absolute fucking idiots, man. The one you call Jesus never dealt with personal beliefs or people's personal beliefs. He never cared about people's personal beliefs, right? He did what was right, man. He did what his fault, what he was commanded to do. He didn't give a shit about your feelings. He didn't give a shit about your beliefs. You think he was stopped in the middle of his tracks? Well, listen, Jesus, I think we should. It's like, no, it's what the Father say. The hell with what the hell you the hell with what the fuck you got to say. It's what the Father got to say. I don't give a shit what the hell you got to say. Right? Right? So this is what the Lord has spoken it, man. Right? Let's get another scripture. Let's go on to the Apocrypha. All right, let's go on to the Apocrypha. And let's get I believe it's Baruch, maybe the second chapter. I haven't went there in a minute, you know. What do the scriptures say, man? You know, they're wiser than the children of light. The children of light are Israelites, man. All right, and the wicked right now are wiser than the children of light. Why? Because Job chapter 9 verse 24, the earth is given into the hand of the wicked. That's why. So of course they're going to have the hospital, you know, the medical system and the financial system and the court system and every system that you can think of in this place, man. You know, the housing markets and stuff like that, obviously, because the Lord gave them that knowledge. At the same time, what knowledge surpasses all of that? This does. Because once you have knowledge, once you have this knowledge, this is why famine of the word is going to be so much more like hard hitting than any other famine you can think of, man. That's why Amos chapter 8 verse 11 said, not a famine of bread nor a thirst for water, but a famine of the word. It wasn't denying the fact that there's going to be a famine of bread and a thirst for water. It wasn't denying the fact of that. But once you don't have the word of the Lord, you're dry bones pretty much, man. You know, you're dry bones pretty much. So when you look at, you know, when you look at you know, famine of the word, when you don't have the words of the Lord, I mean, when you do have, you know, you know, this truth, you can kind of see through, you know, obviously with the help of you know, guides too. That's why you do have guides, you know, as far as in the form of people, right? Whether it be a parent to you or something like that, right? Or when you come into this truth, you got apostles, you got elders, you got all camp leaders, right? That can guide you through the way, especially if you're young like me. I still need guidance, obviously, right? I don't care who you are, man. If you're 20 years old, you know, 30 years old, you're not going to have the wisdom as a 50-year-old man, man. It's not going to happen like that. Hell, even 40, you know, you're not going to have the same wisdom as a 40-year-old man. It's the same thing. A 5-year-old isn't going to have the same level of wisdom as a 20-year-old. You know, it all goes in levels, man. If I'm like, let's say I'm 12 years old, I have somebody that's 22 years old or 20, 24, 25 in their 20s. I'm not going to have that same level of wisdom. All right. I'm not going to have that same level of wisdom as that 20 something year old. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to finish off this scripture with I'm trying to see where I could start off at. Um, Maybe I could start off at verse 31 because I don't want to start off too. Yeah, maybe verse 31. Baruch chapter 2. Baruch chapter 2 verse 31. Um, yeah, Baruch chapter 2 verse 31. It says, and this is obviously talking to the Israelites. It says, and shall know that I am the Lord their God, for I will give them an heart to, so like, for I will give them an heart and ears to hear. It says, and they shall praise me in the land of their captivity. All right. And think upon my name. This is what you got to remember, man. Once again, that's why I brought out the fact that they're wiser than the children of light, because they know this is why they're doing certain things. This is why they're pushing out social media and stuff like that, man. This is why they're trying to take us further away from nature, further away from the word of the Lord, which is nature, natural. All right. Once that the word of the Lord is taken from us, it's like they almost have full control, but the Lord is still in control of all that, right? Um, but this is what they're afraid of. All right. It says, and return from their stiff necked way. All right. Well, it didn't say way, but it says, and from their wicked deeds. It says, for they shall remember the way of their fathers, which sinned before the Lord Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI. All right. And I will bring them again into the land, all right, which I promised with an oath unto their fathers, Abraham, Isaac, and Jacob. Obviously, talk about Israelites. And they shall be lords of it. And I will increase them, and they shall not be diminished. And I will make an everlasting covenant with them to be their God, and they shall be to me. It's like, and they shall be my people. And I will no more drive my people of Israel out of the land that I have given them. Now that sounds like Jeremiah 31:31. It also sounds like Hebrews chapter 8, verse 8. So anyway, man, that's all I got on this. It just, again, man, this just shows how cowardly the people that run the world is. They're just fucking cowardly as shit. Giving all praises, all the glory to Yahweh BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI.